I'm recording now.
Are you recording? Okay.
Is that okay,
So,
Chris?
Daddy, you were so late tonight, Daddy. How was your Daddy's Day, Daddy?
It was good. It was really, really good.
Did you shower? Did you bathe, Daddy?
Yeah.
So you weren't a dirty daddy on Daddy's Day, were you, Daddy?
No. Well, for a little bit I was.
Did Daddy get what he wanted?
Yeah, Marika got me a projector, dude.
Oh, Daddy.
And we tested it out on our on the south wall of our bedroom. Put up a sheet and took up the whole wall. It was great.
Just letting you know, this Daddy bit is gonna last the entire fucking show, dude.
The
Persistence of Popcorn Podcast.
That's why they call me the Scat Man.
The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast.
How you doing, Toft? I see you got you repping Fire in the Sky hard as F.
That movie's fucking great.
It is a really good movie.
That's actually that is an 8-foot tall original Fire in the Sky poster that is signed by the actual Travis Walton. Oh,
that story is
nice.
Seriously insane. Like Travis, I actually believe Travis Walton. his story is I don't know. I believe from what I've seen of interviews of him, that's a crazy one, scary one.
Just don't read the Wikipedia about it, because they kind of convince you that Travis Walton and his buddies made up this elaborate scheme.
Oh yeah,
I've seen.
And I choose to believe
as a kid.
That book's crazy.
I'm definitely hella dorky about that stuff, and I've seen several specials where they actually talk to Travis Walton. I've seen pretty extensive interviews, and he seems credible to me. I mean, I know that they.
Have you ever read Communion?
No.
By Whitney Strieber? It's really crazy. Did she get abducted by aliens also?
I know.
It's a book about abduction, yeah.
I know that they made a movie with Christopher Walken about that.
Yeah. Everything with Walken,
Wait, is Crone on the line?
I mean, it shows that he's there, but I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are just talking.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure.
I mean, you guys seem to be talking a lot and don't have a lot to say.
I'm just piffing a doink, and drinking a chelada.
Oh, I'm drinking a whiskey drink and I'm about to take some bone rips. Pat, what do you think about this? I'm drinking a ruby grapefruit White Claw. In a White Claw specific custom koozie. See that?
I mean, the claw's the law. The claw's the law, dude.
That's how basic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude. No, man. No, you're living your best life. Live, laugh, love.
White Claw.
Like you don't need the money.
I'm not afraid to say that White Claw is delicious. It is. It's refreshing.
That's right. Feels good. Feels like I'm not drinking.
Okay, how basic is this? I'm drinking vodka and key lime LaCroix.
Key lime LaCroix, also delicious.
It basically sounds like a budget White Claw, which
I would do that. I'm drinking Old German with a splash of Cholula, Clamato, and some Tajin on top.
What's Old German?
It's a really, really cheap beer.
You
can get in the Northwest,
like a Pilsner.
Yeah, it's super light. It's kind of like Olympia or PBR or Rainier.
Well, that's what you want for Chelada, though. You want to flavor it up. Like a Bloody Mary is a vodka base because you're making it taste like something different.
Yeah. Corona, are you talking through your headphones again?
Yeah, you're cracking it up a lot.
You're crackling, boy.
It's a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, I just need to adjust it.
Oh yeah, that sounds much
better.
That sounds much better.
But anyways, yeah, guys.
Now I don't have to hold my phone. That's excellent.
Oh yeah, and Toft. Toft. Obviously, this isn't live or anything. If there's like a mess up, I trim these up and stuff. So just so you know.
Awesome. So you basically just spend hours and hours cutting out Mike. You're just like, oh shit, another story about Mike's dad. Cut that.
We usually record for about 2 hours and get about 45 minutes of content out of it.
No, we usually.
I mean, our Alex Shirts episode was an hour and 45 minutes long, so who knows?
Well, like, especially like when guests are on, I'm not like super edity, But the Alex Shirts episode was super long, and we went into politics a bunch, which is like something we try not to do just because the world is shit.
Right.
But
we want listeners on the right too. We can go across the aisle on our podcast.
No, yeah, well, that's probably why we shouldn't talk about fucking politics that much if we want people on the right.
If we can get Ted Nugent or Scott Baio on our show, damn it, we'll get them.
But it pertained to the episode because we were doing sorry to bother you, and Alec works with IWW and all that stuff, so it made sense. Right.
He's got some good stories, though. He's got some good stories. I interviewed him with you, right? Was that?
No, you did it. You did it remotely for the Beak Features documentary.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Were you guys in Tampa when you did that?
Yeah, or something like that. Somewhere down there, west coast of Florida. And that was intense. But got some good stories.
Oh, you were camping when you did it?
What's that?
You were camping when you did it?
No, we were not camping.
Oh, you said it was intense.
Oh God!
I get
more
it.
Work for Pat
at
the end of the episode.
And that's our cold open, fellas. Let's do it.
Yeah, and that's where the intro comes in, right there.
Okay, Pat, do I still have to do the intro?
No, we have a fucking theme song.
You don't have to. I've been keeping it, but because we have it. Yeah. So if you want to.
Yeah, it's fine, Crone, if you do want to continue to do it.
Well, I want Toph to accompany me. To accompany me.
Well, in full disclosure, I've never heard the podcast, and I thought maybe I should listen to it before I came on, but I didn't.
No, fresh brain.
So
that's what we want.
I'm just gonna riff. So you start, and I'll just riff.
You'll know where I'm going with it. All right.
Perfect.
Welcome back to the Persistence of Popcorn, episode 14. And I'm double checking because I've been wrong almost on every episode. Pat, is this episode 14?
I think it's episode 16, actually.
Fantastic.
Episode 16.
All right.
Barry J. Gillis was 13, then No, wait. Yeah, I think it's 16. Last time was 15.
Fantastic. Episode 16, and we are back with another very special guest. This man is a singer-songwriter, lead singer of a rock band that's been touring for 14 years. Unfortunately, their tour got cut completely because 2020 is just a garbage pile of a year. And he's also composed a short for Disney Plus. And his name is Toft Willingham, and we're very happy to have him with us.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
No problem.
Thank you, Toft.
Toft is the lead singer of Spiritual Res, a reggae funk party band.
Hey, Mike, when you don't introduce your co-hosts, it makes it anticlimactic.
Well, Chris, I was on my way there. You just got in the middle of my improv pie, so I'm going to have to cut that part of the pie out and start over.
No, keep going.
Okay, thanks for your input. So we're back, episode 16. We're going to discuss Uncut Gems, and we're back again with Pat and Chris, co-host extraordinaires, national touring stand-up comedian, beat creature, bingo caller, and all-around nice guy, Christopher Collins Crone. Is Collins your middle name? I just made that up.
I need more adjectives. So let's from the top. Okay.
Okay. We're back with Christopher Collins Crone, stand-up comedian extraordinaire, abhorrent bingo host, and host of the roast at what club do you do your roast at?
Okay, there's abhorrent. What do you think abhorrent means?
Exactly what I know it means.
That I'm a terrible bingo host?
That you scare the old women that you host? Are these old ladies in fear of you?
Is it old ladies?
No, it's at a bar. It's mostly middle class, like union dudes.
I thought you went to a retirement home. I thought you were doing it at a retirement home every time. Okay.
So introduce Pat.
All right, and we're back with PJ Sumrock, producer, video hoarder, director, writer, rapper, and beatmaker, and all-around beautiful man who's chunking a doink right now.
Oh.
So we'll get on to news and get to it because today we're reviewing Uncut Gems, which is one of my favorite movies of last year, and definitely should have gotten Adam Sandler his Oscar.
Yeah, and this is like a great Father's Day movie.
Yeah, because he's a really stand-up dad. He's really good to his kids in this movie.
I mean, this is like.
Is he really good to his kids in this movie?
Oh my God, everything.
Well, he goes to his daughter's play. He tells his son that he's not screwing around on his mom, and
he's fucking lying. And he is screwing around on his mom, and he got fucking kidnapped at his kid's play.
Yeah,
everything he did for his children. He kept screaming, "Not without my daughter," so many times.
Yeah, just like that awesome Sally Field movie, An Eye for an Eye.
Isn't that a good movie, actually?
Well, not without my daughter. Her daughter gets taken from her, but an eye for an eye. I think her daughter gets raped and murdered, and then she murders the rapist.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Anyways, back.
I think that's Kiefer Sutherland. Actually,
keep going. Sorry, it is Kiefer Sutherland. You're right.
Yeah. Speaking of, was also the voice in Phone Booth, which relates to my first news story. Unfortunately, the passing of Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
We lost two Hollywood icons this week. It's crazy.
Yeah, Ian Holm, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Bilbo Baggins.
That
gone.
Sucks.
Wow.
That does suck.
That's crazy.
Joel Schumacher, man. Falling down.
Yeah, the last Joel
Boys.
Schumacher movie I think I saw was his shitty remake of Phantom of the Opera, so I don't even know what he did in the last few years, but...
Wait, he remade... I didn't know he did a remake of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, with Emmy Rossum and Gerardo Butler.
Oh, and Gerard Butler.
Yeah, he was the Phantom.
Huh. I have not heard about this.
Yeah, it came out probably like 2004-ish.
But I love Falling Down. I love The Lost Boys. He also.
I thought you were going to say you love Phantom of the Opera.
No,
you seem like the type.
I love the original, like the
yeah, I mean it's fantastic. Yeah. Did you see the Robert Englund version? I don't think it was a musical.
I actually haven't seen the whole thing. I used to have that tape, but I sold it at a swap. The one
I used to see it all the time at 16,000 Movies. You remember that place on Goldenrod in University?
Dude, that's my childhood spot. Yeah. That's my childhood spot. I actually I saw a dude online in one of the groups who had a rental tape from there, and I was like, dude, can you scan me that cover? So he scanned me the old original 16,000 Movies covers they had for the rentals. So I have
the free popcorn and porn section that you could just walk into. Fantastic.
It was free popcorn and ices. The ices are free too.
I used to go to the one in out by Wekiva too, in Altamont.
Oh yeah. There was a couple of them, weren't there? But
All
I
right.
would
Well,
want
do you
him.
have any news stories, Pat?
Oh, Michael Keaton apparently is coming back as Batman in the next in the Flashpoint movie that is being directed by Andy Muschietti, who did It 1 and 2, which I think
Mama.
is cool. Oh yeah, and Mama.
What? Who's Flashpoint?
It 1, 2, Mama. Flashpoint is where Barry Allen goes back to try to save his mom and ends up creating a time paradox. So he mixes, like, basically opens up the multiverse.
Yeah.
So Batman, the idea is to have Michael Keaton essentially be the DC version of Nick Fury, where he's going to interrelate in all the future movies.
Yeah.
Which is going to be awesome. I'm just super hyped to have him back.
Yeah, I'm really, 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 really excited. It's cool. The multiverse is cool because then they can combine all their whole catalog of whatever. You know, it doesn't matter if the timelines and any of the DC stuff even matter. They can just. That's why they can bring Michael Keaton back. I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see Michael Keaton as Batman again.
I am too.
Or as Bruce Wayne. But yeah, that was the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, also Cobra Kai, which was a series on YouTube, is now moving to Netflix. Yeah. And they're going to put seasons 1 and 2 up later this year, and season 3 will start shooting whenever the Rona goes away.
Well, yeah, I thought they already had season 3 ready and.
Really?
That's what I thought.
I didn't know they had shot it.
That's what it sounded.
I haven't seen an episode.
I might be wrong.
I want to pay YouTube for premium stuff.
Oh man, it's worth it.
Yeah, I have not seen the Cobra Kai stuff.
Pat, all you have to do is just get the 2-week free, binge watch it.
Well, yeah,
I did cancel it. Yeah, I know you'll forget, but
well, the main reason I wanted to get YouTube Red was for Rob Hubel finds a dead body. I saw a couple episodes of that, and that was brilliant.
Huh.
He just gets a celebrity friend, and he's like, yeah, we're just going to interview you and then hang out like comedians in cars getting coffee. And then every celebrity's like, what are we really going to do, Rob? And he's like, we're just going to go find a dead body. Come on, it's going to be fun. And Adam Scott, I think Kevin Hart did an episode, Kevin Nealon.
Rob Hubel's funny.
He's great.
Yeah.
I never got into the Human Giant when it was on MTV, but I really like everything that dude's done. And finally, the last story relates to Boots Riley. He's got a new show coming. They have yet to find a network or streaming service for it, but it's called I Am Virgo, and it's about a 13-foot-tall black man in the streets of Oakland.
Huh. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about running into Boots Riley?
I think we talked about it on the Sorry to Bother You episode.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he was pushing a stroller in the Mission.
And how he got mad at Alec on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about that.
Why did he get mad at Alec on Twitter?
Alec said some shit about workers' rights or something, and Boots just called him out and told him to fuck off or something.
Alec politically sassed him.
But I do want to say, if you enjoy good music, listen to The Coup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy good music, listen to Spiritual Res and listen to our friend Toft Willingham.
Yes.
Oh. And look up Linda Hoover Willingham, who was in the original incarnation of Steely Dan and an amazing singer-songwriter on her own.
That's right.
Yes.
Just look up everyone.
Yeah.
Let's look up Mike Stat. You know, I'm just waiting for the segue.
Owner operator of Spray Tech Incorporated for several years, who then sold it to Sears. Yeah, I mean that's a success story.
That was a good sale. I bet that was a good sale. Well, he probably got them before they went out of business, right?
It was in 1998, 97.
There.
Yeah.
That was big 90s money.
Oh yeah. before all their stores and businesses went out. So you have any news, Crone? You have any movie news for the listeners? Because they know you love movie news.
I do. I'm always reading Variety, Deadline.
The rags.
I'm really deep into it.
Those zines.
Speaking of Adam Scott, he has a dad. I saw it on Instagram. That's the news.
Nice. So he wished his father a happy Father's Day?
Yeah. So that I know it's a little fallacious, but
he has a dad.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it fallacious to wish your father a happy Father's Day?
If you're sucking his dick.
Okay. Did that happen to you yesterday, Pat?
What?
Oh no.
What the hell did you just
I mean,
say?
that's what Chris is implying with this statement. I just want to get into the sick mind of Chris Collins.
Please, can you
said
make it hard
fallacious.
for me to...
I said fallacious.
I heard fallacious. I didn't say fallacious.
You said fallacious.
Okay. Well, this is a moot point, and we're not going to go any further on this subject. So, yeah, let's get into Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler's powerhouse movie, his best movie since Jack and Jill.
Is it?
What the hell is Jack and Jill?
Yeah, what'd you think, Pat? Did you watch it?
Did I watch Uncut Gems? Did I like it?
Have you seen Uncut Gems?
Yes, I have.
Because he is a father.
I have seen it. Yes, I did like Uncut Gems. But
Sorry,
I definitely...
My rig fell apart. My phone hit the ground.
God damn it, Mike. God fucking damn
Yeah, I'm terrible at this. Chris is right.
it. Chris is right.
That's the only time you're ever going to hear that on this show.
Probably, because I don't ever agree with any of his statements or thoughts.
Who, Crohn's or mine's?
So, yeah, Uncut Gems... Crows. I love everything you think and say, Pat. And your shirt. That fantastic shirt you're wearing.
Zombie 3?
Yeah. Is that a real movie?
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Zombie 3. Lucio Fulci.
Is it Italian?
Half directed by Lucio Fulci, half directed by Bruno Mattei. Shot in the Philippines.
That sounds Italian to me.
It definitely is Italian. And shot in the Philippines. Great stuff.
Okay, so Uncut Gems is the story of a young man finding his way in New York.
How young is Adam Sandler?
And he has a friend who's played by Dustin Hoffman. And it was actually rated XXX and won Best Picture. It was the first movie that was rated XXX that got a Best Picture Oscar.
This isn't Midnight Cowboy, Mike. This is.
Oh, wait. Shit.
You're thinking of the original title of Midnight Cowboy, which was The Uncut Gem.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it is. I knew we were going to get a dick joke out of this somehow. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you
this. It's almost as good as my Uncut Gemini's joke from 2 weeks ago.
It's funny because Chris Crone mentioned the whole Father's Day thing, and that actually kind of plays into why I thought this was a good movie to talk about. Because the way that I saw this, and Pat can relate. I know you guys know I have Dee Dee, my 13-month-old baby.
Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you very much. And we room share over here at the Willingham residence, so she's in the room with us.
Yeah.
And
in the crib or in the bed?
I know, and it's always just like brutal. You're got her in there. She's got a crib, but then she's in the bed in the crib. Whatever.
Oh yeah,
and,
we went through all that.
It's like a back and forth, whatever. But anyway, so when we go to bed, we usually watch a little something as we all go to sleep there.
Yeah.
And
so Dee Dee's listening in to whatever you're watching. So
Dee Dee's there. She's there hanging out. She's absorbing.
Okay. So
usually it's something really. Through her sleep, she's absorbing.
She's gonna have an amazing
She's asleep
brain.
at this point, and she's there sleeping. And I put on Uncut Gems. Nice. I'd never heard of it. I was like, oh, Adam Sandler. That'll be like feel good. Like we're just gonna watch some Adam Sandler shit, and he looks just like my wife's brother. Actually, looks exactly like Adam Sandler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could see that.
He does. Kostas. He's Greek version.
Yeah, I love
He's
Kostas.
total Greek version. He's amazing. He's like Zohan, Greek Zohan, So anyway, so Adam Sandler, and I put it on, and my wife and I start watching it, and we're like, wow, this is some very intimate cinematography.
Yeah, the opening
for an Adam Sandler movie.
Not the opening shot.
I was like, this shot a lot different. There's a lot of long lenses here. Yeah. This isn't like a normal Adam Sandler movie. And the next
movie is bookended.
And then KG comes in. I'm like, KG is in this movie? I'm like, Kevin Garnett. because I lived in Boston while he was star Celtics player, and they were winning all the championships. And I'm like, KG can act now. He's killing it. His whole vibe, I was like buying every minute. I'm like, KG's an actor. Like, he's good.
Well, what's crazy is this was shot in 2017, but it takes place in 2012, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. KG looks good for 6 years later.
Right. He absolutely did, and he crushed it.
The costuming in this movie was fucking amazing. Like, just the way that they set everything up. Like,
well, every single character actor in this movie is amazing. Like the heavies that his brother or cousin gets to get on him, and the guys that work at the jewelry store where he takes KG's ring. And I mean, there's just some amazing actors in this movie that I've never seen in anything else, and I want to see more of.
Yeah, there were really authentic like characters sprinkled throughout that made it feel really real. Like those two like dudes who are bald but with long hair on the sides who are trying to get the money for the watch.
Oh yeah. Those guys are amazing.
And they kept like bothering me to have to constantly be like, "Fuck off, get the fuck off." Those guys, like there was really good characters.
Well, you know when we watched it, so I was there in the bed, fully captivated. Eleni and I were by the end like sitting on the end of the bed, like, holy shit! Like, this is the most fucking crazy movie I've ever seen. Adam Taylor, what have you done? And we were completely captivated. It ended, and I like jumped up, and I had to leave the room and like go in the other room and like smoke a bowl and just
I'd say it's
my whole brain is fucked up.
It's definitely as intense and crazy dramatic as Requiem for a Dream, where you could only watch the movie once and it would affect you for the rest of your life.
Right, but it didn't have that insanely negative.
Yes,
He's got just a serious addiction, and it's so problematic for the entirety of the movie. And like, I don't know. It's a dark ass movie.
I would liken it more to a film like The Wrestler.
Yes.
Where you feel even though this character dies at the end, which spoiler, I don't know if you do that here. But
yeah, we do. I was trying to save that for later, but
I mean, it's been out long enough.
I hate sad movies. I don't like movies that end sad. That's a personal shitty thing about me. I'm like kind of as soon as it ends shitty, I'm like, I don't like that. I'm gonna go watch Terminator and fucking.
Terminator ends shitty. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It does.
Every time.
I love Terminator.
There's just enough.
I know. I agree. I don't like feeling shitty at the end of a movie either, which is odd. Why? I mean, we'll get to the end of it, but like, I feel like it had to end that way. Like at the end of it, it was weird because I was like, through the whole thing, I was so like just like annoyed at Adam Sandler. I just constantly was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, like stop doing that. You know, because he's just like digging deeper and deeper.
That's exactly it. Like, he's not going to learn a lesson.
When it ends,
even if that doesn't happen to him at the end of the movie, he's not going to change.
Exactly. So it's almost like a positive because there's no way he was just not going to keep fucking his life up from gambling. You know what I mean? Like,
right. But, and it felt like the chatter finally stopped. It's like when Mike takes a break from talking. It's like there's that moment where it's clear, like you were just killed, and now you can rest.
Yeah.
It felt right because the whole movie is just like Howard.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God, Howard, don't do this.
Yeah.
You know, don't.
It doesn't stop.
And at the end, there's this amazing. I love that moment. I know we're jumping to the end, but I love the moment. There's this moment at the end where he's got the guys and he's got them locked in, and they're just like having fun.
Right, well,
let's
not do that. Let's start fresh. Let's get from the beginning. We don't want to go too far into it. It opens with these Ethiopian miners who are digging for rocks, and one blows out his leg. Bone is completely showing. And these guys find this black opal that's probably weighs about 20 pounds, right? It looks pretty heavy. I don't know if they discussed the weight.
Maybe 10, 12 pounds. I don't know about 20. It's like this. It's like, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, because this is a visual podcast, so show us with your hands how big it was, Pat.
Like this big.
Get
Like
on with
this,
it, Mike.
like this big.
Jesus Christ.
So then we see this glorious, basically the universe within the gym, and it goes in and kind of pans out through Adam Sandler's butthole. So I'm very hyped that we got that intimate with Mr. Sandler in this movie.
Then it just starts with him shitting us out. The audience just gets
basically.
shit right out. That's great.
You've been shat on scene 2 of this movie. But the doctor sees a polyp inside his stuff, so he's going to have to, do some work on Adam Sandler, maybe, and that's another stress level that's carrying this movie. And he gets to a shop, and Kevin Garnett's waiting inside. Oh, wait, no, that happens afterwards, right?
Yeah.
That's not the first thing we see when he goes into a shop.
Right. The first thing that happens is he's threatened by the goons come in and slap him in the face right in front of everyone.
What would you say? This is 3 days or a week?
Well, that this takes place?
Yeah, I think it's like 3 days because it's only 3 games in the finals, right? Or do they get to game 7?
And so he comes right in this place, and it's, first of all, this whole movie looks to me like New York City. I lived in New York for a year. I love New York. I love to visit New York, but it has this fast-paced, very cool essence to it. And when he walks into that shop, and it's all these kind of neon, like sort of retro 80s colors.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, and everyone's fast talking, and it's really like intimate and cool, and it just, to me, it feels like I could fucking smell the streets of New York City.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was like,
Well, have you heard of the directors, the Safdie brothers, before?
I have no idea who they are.
They also did a movie called Good Time with Robert Pattinson. That's really good. That came out like a year before this. But you should look into their other stuff. The directors are like, I see them like doing big stuff. They're really good. They're a brother team.
They definitely have a good style, and the cinematography in this movie is great.
It looks great.
Minimal as it is, like it really affects you.
Yeah.
Like you can't pull your eyes off the screen. Normally when I'm sitting around just watching something, I'm so distracted, but this movie draws you the fuck in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Does this movie have like a lot of like Brian De Palma style long shots? Like,
no, not really. There was a lot of fast cuts, but they were very to the story. They related to everything that was going on in the film.
Yeah.
And I'd heard that the music that was composed for it was actually composed to make it more tense the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an undercurrent of music the entire time the movie's happening.
And it's kind of a cool, there's a lot of modular synths and, vintage synths that make it feel and sound very retro, but it's blended with some hybrid orchestra and other things. It's really, the music is a huge part of it. It takes you there. Again, it feels very New York.
Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely builds the tension. The whole build of tension in this movie, and the progression through the film is fantastic.
Hey, Tom.
So he goes into it.
Could you expand on that a little bit?
Expand on what now?
On just how the music is just fucking, it drags you into it.
Right. Well, the music, to me, when I watched the movie, I was not thinking about the music. I was thinking about the film, but immediately when it starts, the first few scenes that I see, I'm like, oh, this is kind of a modular synth, classic synth sound, kind of like Stranger Thingsy, but not sci-fi, more.
Yeah.
It has this almost like Serpico kind of energy, like inner city feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see that.
But it's that tonality. It's like a blend of hip hop production with this super retro modular synth sound, and those are the ones
like real 80s
stuff
sound.
Into right, and you get those cool kind of things, and then they have those little sparkly synths on top that are like bling bling. It's like a little question.
Yeah, this really is the same. This really is the same world as Midnight Cowboy and Tootsie and just gritty New York. Hercules in New York. It's very, very gritty New York.
Hercules in New York, classic. I believe.
I loved it, and I loved how they played The Weeknd into it, and that was kind of funny because The Weeknd came and went so hard.
Let's get through it. So he goes into a shop and offers these two guys water that are at the counter, and as soon as he brings the water over to him, it's just so fast paced. It's balls to the wall, and he gives these guys the water, and they just smack him across the face in front of his entire store, and he's just shook. He doesn't know what's happening, and because I don't think he's met these characters prior to this. This is the first time they've encountered each other, right?
Either that, or he's used to them hounding him for shit. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
Right. This was kind of a weak moment because it was hard to tell. It was hard to get a read on what exactly that relationship was.
Yeah.
So he gets smacked, and they're like, "Where's the fucking money?" And he owes his brother upwards of $100,000, and he just constantly, every time he gets his hands on money, he throws it away or wins big. He's just a fucking gambler, and
he's doubling down the entire fucking time. He's just the definition of a double down. Like it's the stakes keep getting higher, and he keeps. Because he doesn't even drink in this movie. He doesn't have any vices. It doesn't look like.
He doesn't. I don't think he smokes or drinks or anything. It's just.
But he doesn't really give himself time to do either of those. He could be smoking the whole time like a fucking chain smoker, crazy man. But yeah, even when he's in the club for like the 20 minutes that it happens, he doesn't have time to touch anything because he's so fucking worked up about getting his shit to the next period. And so he goes to the store, and Garnett's there, and he's trying to show him all these baller things. He's got these diamond encrusted Furbies and watches, and Lakeith Stanfield, ironically, the guy we discussed a few movies ago with Sorry to Bother You, is amazing in this movie.
Oh my God, that's right. Look, he's in this. Yeah, he's totally in this. He's great. He's awesome, man.
Yeah, he plays KG's like right-hand dude, and so Adam Sandler busts out the rock. KG gets a glance and just can't stop looking at it. He's blown away. He wants this rock to be in his life, and bargains with Sandler to get the rock for a couple days to get him through the series, and Sandler gets his ring in exchange and instantly takes it down the street to these jeweler buddies of his and loans it out for like $30,000.
Right, his championship ring.
Yeah,
this is like his Boston Celtics championship ring.
Yeah,
that he lends so he can hold the like $500,000 opal or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
And the shopkeeper that he talks to at that spot, like, literally looks like he's a fucking shopkeeper at like
these two shop guys are one of my favorite parts of the movie, next to the guy that shows up at the Mohegan later when his girlfriend works that out.
Yeah. I love that
fucking guy.
I love that part.
Well, that's one of the things I love about this. The character actors in this is that they like these guys aren't like the Safdie brothers aren't afraid to show you ugly actors.
No. Yeah, these are definitely lived-in New Yorker guys. Yeah. Like they're fucking. They've been rough and tumble for a good 30 to 50 years. All these people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I apologize for using the term ugly. Like it's not ugly. It's like normal people. Like it's like like regular.
I want to see more of it in movies for sure.
I'm gonna remember what you said, Chris. I'm gonna remember what you said.
Yeah, did you mark that, Pat, so you can use that as a drop every time Chris starts to get too hh on himself?
Yep, 38, 35.
Cool.
See it right here, marked.
And you got.
I never get high on my own supply, man.
You also got the drop where he says, "I love things," right?
I'm sure. I'm sure. But I mean, come on.
Have you?
Who doesn't?
Not to get off subjects, but have you seen Things topped?
Things?
Yeah, Things.
No.
It's on Amazon Prime. You got to check it out and then listen to our podcast because we got the star of that movie to be on our podcast, and Now I'm an executive producer and Pat's an associate producer of his new movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, his new movie starring Corey Feldman and Bret the Hitman Hart and Gabe Jarrett from Real Genius, dude. I forgot about Gabe Jarrett. Yeah, Barry J. Gillis is like he was really fun. We had him on here, and Things is just like they call it like the king of bad movies. So it's on Amazon.
Wow.
You should definitely watch it. It's really fun.
So, like things, just like the word things.
Just the word
Yep.
Things, yeah.
Yep, 1987.
Yep.
I wasn't sure because Mike kind of says thangs,
No, Things.
Things.
THINGS. Not
Things.
with an A.
which I like.
Okay, so yeah, Sandler gets the money, and then instantly goes to his bookie. That's I guess a manager at this restaurant, and he's being followed by the two heavies that his brother puts on him, and he gets to the restaurant and makes the deal. Guy calls him out for being the stupidest fucking bet he's ever heard. And then Sandler's response, he is just fucking magic in this movie. This is his best performance since Punch Drunk Love. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
I've seen
But
Punch Drunk
it's
Love.
incredible.
Great movie.
I've definitely
Yeah.
seen Punch Drunk Love.
Also very tense. Similar. Now that you
Yeah.
mention it, it has a similar tension and release. Slightly different release, but
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson, right? Isn't it Paul Thomas Anderson?
Yes, it is. That was his third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Paul Thomas. It was his next movie after Boogie Nights.
Yeah. I took an acting class
And then-
in film school, and I had to act out a scene from
Then
that
he
movie.
did Magnolia, and
Yes.
actually Magnolia might have been right after Boogie Nights and then Punch Drunk Love. Yeah. I still haven't seen Hard Eight or Sydney.
Was that the movie where
Whatever it calls first.
where Philip Seymour Hoffman keeps calling up that lady?
No, that's
Yeah, he's the mattress salesman. No, he's the guy that owns the sex line.
Oh, okay.
I thought
So
for a
he's
second.
just trying to get his money from Adam Sandler because the lady, she keeps calling Adam Sandler back to get the money.
Mm.
I thought for a second you were talking about Happiness, which is a very different movie than Punch.
That movie's
Oh,
insane too.
I was. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, he makes the bet, and then the guys are following him, and after he sends a text to his brother saying that he's got some of the money that he owes him, but then drops the money on this bet that his brother then supersedes and makes sure it doesn't go through. So
yeah,
it's
he
just
could have paid it
crazy.
all off right there. He could have paid it all off right there.
Yeah.
That's the part that pissed me off. Like it was just fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like I kept audibly saying just like in this tone exactly. Fuck, dude. Like
Yes.
throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, no, I remember I was watching it and Marika kept asking me, well, do you like it? And I kept being like, fuck, I don't know, man. Fuck. I gotta finish this shit, though. Hold on. I don't know if I fucking like this. But I had to, I was like, I just needed to finish.
I get that feeling too because I don't like movies that make me feel bad,
Yeah.
and I don't
Right.
like movies where I constantly hate the decitions people make.
Yeah. Same
But
here.
for some reason, I just wanted him to keep going. I wanted to see it.
Yeah, so he gets this, and then he goes to his kids' play to meet his up with his. I guess that they're playing like they're together for the kids because
Yeah.
they're not really divorced. I don't think at this point,
No.
but she wants nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his own apartment with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
Right.
she knows he's cheating. Yeah, exactly.
And that's
Which
Adina,
has-
dude.
Has
his
the
wife is
girlfriend
Adina.
been introduced yet?
No.
His wife gets introduced at the play, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but has his girlfriend been introduced?
Yeah, because she works in the in the shop, and he runs home, and she's laid out in bed with a couple friends and stuff. And then he's like, "Why the fuck aren't you at work?" And she's like, "Oh, it's blah blah blah." And he's like, "It's fucking 10:30 in the morning. Get your ass up and get to work." Because she works for him. And then she pulls him into bed, and he's just he's a pussycat, but he's a fucking intense ass dude that just wants to make all the money. And
Well,
it's just,
and he's also offered a threesome with two hot chicks.
Yeah.
I mean, You're not
Do you think
gonna,
that's what happened? I think he just laid there and cuddled with him. I don't know about it, if he banged him out, but he might have.
Who knows? I would have such limp dick energy at that point, just just with all the fear and anxiety running through my body.
Yeah, but that's his life. Like, that's all he is an anxiety bomb.
Oh God.
Well, that's his nickname in the movie, right? Anxiety Bomb.
Yeah. It's Barry Anxiety Bomb Raptor, or is it Barry? Howard.
Yeah, Howard.
Yeah. Yeah, so he goes to the play and then sees the fucking two thuggy dudes walk in and sit down behind him, and he gets pissed. He's like, "Why the fuck are you here fucking with me and my family?" And they fucking haul him outside, or well, he runs away, but they meet up back outside, and they fucking throw him in the car with his brother, who we just get introduced to at this point, and it's fucking Eric Bogosian, who's incredible. I love everything about Eric Bogosian.
Yeah, wasn't he in Talk Radio? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Talk Radio, and he was the bad guy in Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
Yes.
And he's from Glendale.
Is he? Okay.
No. It's just if you end your name with an Ian, it means you're.
Is he Armenian?
Armenian.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Nice, Chris. Real nice.
Good job, Chris. That seems a little racist against Armenians, but
it's not. Glendale has the highest population of Armenians outside of Armenia.
Little Armenia, because
I've
had Little Armenia is right around Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset.
When I lived in Glendale, that was the case.
No, I know. I lived in Glendale too, and
I just looked it up, and Eric Bogosian is Armenian.
Okay, there you go.
I was just joshing.
So yeah, Eric Bogosian gets all fired up for him, spending money and making bets on shit that he owes him, and tells him basically that he's done with his bullshit, and pay him or they're fucking done. And he fucking kicks him out of his Escalade, and his thug dudes fucking strip him down and throw him in the trunk of his car and take his keys.
that was pretty good.
I assume his car doesn't have the trunk release that's been like in every car model since like 2001.
Oh yeah, isn't that a legal thing? Like you have to have.
I think every car has to have that now. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that too, but apparently not. I don't remember what type of cars he's driving, but
I mean, just for the drama and to get his wife involved, obviously he has to call her and bring her out and get her all fired up.
yes.
I'm pretty sure they have a shot where they show that the safety latch is like broken.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you're right. Yeah.
There's a little coverage there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember thinking it was like that. I didn't have a problem with it being stuck in the trunk. So.
Right.
Yeah. No. So yeah, he calls his ex-wife out, and she's all pissed off, and then the play ends. He tells his daughter how great she was and all this, and then he's got to run to the city to go to a party with The Weeknd and try to meet up with Lakeith Stanfield so he can get his Opel back, so he can get it to auction, so he can make more money to bet.
But isn't his okay? You continue, because he runs into he gets into the club without any trouble, right?
No, he's brought in with somebody.
Yeah,
I think.
Oh no, it's his rival jeweler, who's actually really nice to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I barely.
Yeah,
remember.
so he gets into the club and he sees this girl is hanging out with The Weeknd and his circle, and they're all drinking Chalazay and fucking, I don't know. What do people drink now?
Chalazay, is that what you just said?
Is that a thing? Is that a thing, or did I make that up?
That's not a real drink. Word.
Chalazay.
What
you're thinking of Alizé.
Okay.
But no. People drink alcohol usually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they.
But it's
there's
like
a
bottle parties and shit. So like everyone's getting lit. They're all fucking hanging out. Weeknd's performing, and then Howard sees her, tries to track her down, and finds out that she's in a bathroom with the Weeknd getting down. And
no, she wasn't getting down though.
Coke, right?
They were doing blow.
Yeah,
but he was trying to get down.
That's what they were doing, but Howard doesn't know that.
Yeah,
he's just assuming that she's fucking around on him.
Yeah. Yes, that is correct, Mike.
So he throws hands at the Weeknd and gets kicked out of the club and just dumps Julia. But she loves him. She's not in it for the money. She's in it for him. Like, she really cares for him, and you see that.
That's the worst part of this movie, is that she actually, like, you're like, how could anyone love this fucking asshole? And she goes out of her way to prove her loyalty. Like, it's this guy could have the easiest life ever if he just wasn't such a fucking asshole.
Yeah, no, that's
one way of looking at it, Chris. I think he's a fucking hero, okay? Because he fucking put it all on the line. Can't win if you don't play, Chris.
Winners play and players win.
Good point.
Yeah, winners play and players win.
And in his defense, that first time that he does the big play with Kevin Garnett's ring and does the whole like pyramid scheme double down, he had just given KG this rock that KG was obsessed with, and he could see it in his eyes. KG believed there were magical powers in the opal that were going to make him succeed in the basketball game.
Yeah, yeah.
So he knew, he was like, I know KG's going to kill it tonight, so I'm going to put all the money on KG. It's like KG's going to have a triple-double or whatever. He's got this whole bet.
Doesn't he make him shave points or something? Or like, he doesn't make him, but he's like,
no,
hey,
he bets on the tip-off. He bets like points and blocks and steals and all that shit. And then when he realizes he fucking won and he is going to make it, his brother-in-law tells him that he fucking told the guy to cancel the bet, so like he didn't win.
Okay, so where do we go after here? It's been like 2 weeks.
And then he's not able to get the stone back from KG that night, so he has Lakeith Stanfield drive him to Philly where they're practicing so he can get to the locker room to get the stone back from KG. And
and then he gets kicked out for being an asshole.
No, he just gets abandoned by Lakeith Stanfield, who goes into the back.
Because he goes over and starts trying to play hoops with the NBA, and like,
so
he just
just disregards him. He's like, I'm not with this fucking guy.
Also, though, Chris, he takes advantage of the moment. He's like, I can go shoot hoop right now.
Yes,
the NBA. Does. He's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. And he does it. You know? That's his story for the night is, I shot hoops with NBA basketball players. What'd you do? You know?
Well,
I get my opal back.
Doesn't he tell his kids about that? Pretty sure he tells his kids about that.
Well, he tells his kid that he's working with Kevin Garnett. So when his kid's watching the finals game with his friends at his house, he's like, yo, I know Kevin Garnett because he's buying shit from my dad. And it's like, come on, kid. That's some bullshit. You've never met him.
Is that really? Is that what you thought?
At that age, your relationships are differently skewed.
Well, like I told you on the last podcast, at that age, I believe Peter Mayhew played for the Orlando Magic in their first season.
You're hating on the kid for bragging about his dad doing it.
I mean, I honestly thought Chewbacca played for the Orlando Magic in their opening season. So,
what company did your dad sell to Sears?
Braytech Incorporated.
Oh, nice.
Pat used to tell me all the time growing up that he was close personal friends with Garfield creator Jim Davis.
Nice.
Did
I really say that?
Yeah,
was your dad?
Me.
Did your dad
Jim
know?
And Gary were hanging out shooting hoops, and then Larson all of a sudden's like, "Hey, I got an idea for a comic strip."
I did.
I'm gonna call it The Far Side.
I did. No. I never got to meet Gary Larson, but I got I got the Garfield's guy's autograph at a cartoonist convention.
What about I never even considered the fact that your dad would be chummy with like other comic writers.
Oh yeah, dude! I went to
Bill Watterson because I know he was kind of a recluse.
No. He was definitely kind of a recluse. From what I know, I never met Bill Watterson, but I did meet the guy who did Hagar the Horrible, and I went to his house, and he had a bunch of cool and I met the guy. I met a bunch of. He definitely knows like other cartoonists for sure.
Yeah, you met the Family Circus guy, and it turns out he's a Satanist.
Wait, what? Wait, who's a Satanist?
The Family Circus.
Oh, Bill Keane?
Is he really a Satanist?
No.
Bill Keane is the most pure soul in the world.
He might be more pure than Ziggy.
Yeah, I forget who drew Ziggy. Apparently the guy that draws something is like a piece of shit, I've heard recently, but Chris D'Elia and Danny Masterson are, getting into the shit right now as well.
And Scott Adams is the one you're thinking of, the Dilbert guy.
No, that's Dilbert. Yes, Scott Adams.
Oh yeah, Dilbert guy, yeah. Actually, I think I met the Dilbert guy too. Actually,
interesting. All right.
I have like this hat back in Orlando that like it's like a construction hat because they were making a cartoonist museum, and I got like all these autographs on it. And it's in my closet still probably. And I also have a Shaq shoe at home signed by Shaq in my closet somewhere.
All right, so yeah, he has to take a bus back to New York from Philly because Lakeith abandons him as he goes into the practice to talk to KG, and finally KG gets back to the store, and Howard gets back to the jewelers to get KG's ring back, and it has them add interest and VIGs, which I'm not sure what that is. That's a broker fucking tax. He adds like 50 VIGs on top of the 20,000 he already owes him.
Hey, Topt, what's a VIG?
I don't know.
I always thought a VIG was like you get a VIG, get a VIG for that some action you might do. You know what I'm saying? Like a little
a little cheam on the side.
Yeah.
Cheam, like a little.
I'm not sure what a VIG means.
So yeah, Garnett is back in the store, gets the opal to him, and then he gets it up over to the auction and tries to talk to his dad, who's also one of my favorite actors, Judd Hirsch. And he's so good in this for the 10 minutes that he's in it.
He is great. He's definitely great.
And it talks Hirsch into bidding high on it so he can get Garnett to fucking buy it at a higher rate, but then his dad ends up screwed by having to pay for the whole thing. So now he owes his dad on top of his brother and these other two dudes that are chasing him down, and the fucking who else does he owe at this point?
The nerdy guys that are always
those are the other two guys.
Yeah, he owes everybody.
The bookie.
Yeah.
He owes everybody.
Yeah.
At this point, literally every character that has been introduced in this show, in the movie,
except for his girlfriend at this point.
Except for his girlfriend, and I think he even owes his wife money.
Probably.
Yeah.
They have a Passover meal, and then everything seems fine between him and his brother. He doesn't seem to be angry at it. Well, he's angry at him. He's staring him down the whole time, giving him the evil eye. But the next day, is that when he gets thrown in the fountain?
Yeah. I want to say so.
Yes.
So that was after
he
So that was after. That was an interesting scene because that really added. That was maybe the most stressful moment in the whole movie for me because when he had the opal, the super valuable rock, he's like, these guys are beating him up. They knock off his glasses, throw him in the fountain. He's in the fountain, his glasses. I'm like, don't you fucking lose that rock right now. Like, that is the one way you're going to get out of this is that rock, you know?
Yeah, they fucking throat punch him and then then fucking smack him in the nose, and then he loses his glasses and throw him in the fountain. And then he walks back to his office and he's all pissed off. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to fucking bet it all. And figures out a way to get his girlfriend to go into the jeweler's next door, sneak her all the money around the window on the outside of the building. She gets out, evades the fucking thuggy dudes, and gets on a helicopter to Mohegan Sun to bet all the money on this Game 7 of the final.
Wait. How does he have the money for a helicopter, but he doesn't have the money to pay these people back?
You got to back up. You got to back up there, because how it works is he goes to the shop to sell Kevin Garnett that stone.
Right. So it's Kevin Garnett's money.
Yeah, and so Kevin Garnett brings a bag of money. And he's like, all right, I'm going to get this money. And Kevin Garnett gives him the whole spiel about how much did you pay for this? And he's like, that doesn't matter. I spent a year trying to get it. This is how I win. This is how I make money. It's like this sort of pivotal moment, you know, where he's like, it doesn't matter. This is how I do it.
Yeah.
And like you see his house. He's got a nice house. He's got all this stuff. Like he's obviously had some success in his gambling and his craziness with how he makes money.
He also owns a jewelry. Like jewelry, I used to work for a jewelry company. I used to work for Silverman. Like the markup on jewelry is so fucking bizarre that it doesn't. If you are able to get diamonds, because that's its own fucking industry. If you are able to get diamonds, there's no reason for you to ever gamble, because that just hits every time. Like anything you sell will make you unbelievable amounts of money.
When you used to work for Silver Moon, you used to wear tie-dye shirts and chains.
Giant silver chains.
Yes.
Tight.
I remember being able to buy silver from them. It was like silver chains, a $300 or $400 chain I could pick up for like 10 cents a gram. So I would be rocking a $300 Cuban link fucking like silver necklace and a silver bracelet that I picked up for like $50 total for like $700 worth of jewelry.
I know I got screwed over by the jewelry store on the corner of Park Avenue and Fairbanks when I sold them a tag watch so I could get money to go to Bonnaroo one year.
You sold a Tag Heuer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they only gave me like $350 for it when it was like worth $15,000 to $2,000.
I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it to see string cheese for 4 hours.
No, I wasn't a big fan of string cheese at that point.
Dude, I literally almost said this. I literally almost said string cheese.
If I stand right in the middle, if I stand right in the two stages.
That was the year that Springsteen came out with Fish, so it was worth it.
If I stand in the middle of these stages, I can hear the Allman Brothers play with no Allman Brothers and a Fish tribute band at the same time.
I once heard Cat Power, Oysterhead, and Death Cab for Cutie at the same time. So,
see, you just stood right in the middle, right? And you just listen to that. Hear that?
No,
Hear that textures?
Tough, you don't get it, bro. Like, I did a certain amount of ketamine, so I want to be at the Disco Biscuits, but I also did a lot of Molly, so I want to be over at Humphreys McGee. You don't get it, Toft. So if I stand right here, I can have the best of both worlds, all right?
Right. Whatever combination of drugs you're on, is you stand closer to that stage.
Yeah.
So you're like, the mushrooms are really like controlling me right now, so I'm going to be like, kind of Grateful Dead-y. Whatever bastardized offshoot of Grateful Dead.
Yeah, Dead and Mayor. No thanks.
But now the coke's kicking in, so I really need to be at Major Lazer.
Honestly, this is making me want to go to a festival, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Backwoods Fest.
Those are never going to be a thing.
Oh.
No more festivals? Come on.
Oh, God.
Not for another 3 years, at least.
And you've never come up here to come to Hardly Strictly. You got to come up to Hardly Strictly one year.
I'll do that. I don't know what that is, but I'm in.
It's an amazing festival for free that you can bring your own beer to. It's amazing.
Okay, real talk though. Back to this movie because this is a pivotal moment. We were at the moment where he has the opal. He's selling it to Kevin Garnett. As he's selling it to Kevin Garnett, all the people who want the money, who want to be paid back, are like at the door. There's like multiple groups of people like, give me the money, and they're all talking, and it's what I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then they've got him locked out there. He gets the money, and you're like, okay, at this moment, he can just pay these people off, and this movie is over. And he goes with his hot girlfriend to his like $1 million condo. But no,
but he doubles down again. He doubles down again.
I am going to double down, and I am going to blow this shit up because I just sold Kevin Garnett Magic Stone. He believed in the stone, Chris. He believed in the stone. Because he gave him the opal, and he's like, he's going to do it again. I'm going to bet it all on KG again. Just to go back. Well, KG killed it in this movie.
He puts down like $200,000, and if he wins everything he bets on, he gets $1.9 million. So...
Did you do that math?
No, I think that's what
they say.
Tell her that if the bet comes through the way they're playing it.
Well, that moment was amazing because he captures the bad guys in the secret in the room leading into this jewelry shop.
That was great. The security door or whatever.
And great. Then he just fucking watches the game.
They're in a glass case of emotion.
A bulletproof glass case.
That he just watched the game with them right there.
But that's when you really also see how addicted he is, because he almost at times forgets they're even there because he's so into the game and watching. It's when you really see that, holy shit, man! He is addicted to gambling. Dude,
well, there were just so many little ticks in his performance, and his eyes, and the way he'd move his face. It was a masterclass. I want Adam Sandler to keep doing movies like this. And I don't know if you heard his comment when he didn't get the Oscar nomination.
No.
But he's like, if I don't get the nomination this year and win, I'm going to do the worst movies anybody's ever seen for the next 10 years.
Because he can.
I was about to say.
As we've constantly said on this show, we love Adam Sandler. We love his work. If he ever wants us to be in anything that he does, we're available. We're instantly available. Doesn't matter what.
True.
I know he's hard to believe, Adam Sandler, but we can make your movies worse. If you will let us be in them.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so the game's going. And then it's Garnett's hitting everything, making every bet. He placed 26 separate bets on this one game, and he
but
wins
they're
every
crazy
single
specific. They're crazy specific.
Winning the tip, so many points, so many blocks, so many steals. Garnett has to sweat, a certain way. Doc Rivers has to jiggle his balls at the end of the second half.
The whole time this is happening, you're just like, these guys are gonna fucking kill him. You're like, there's no way he's getting out of this unless there's a secret escape route.
Oh, they're pissed. They're just getting more pissed.
You're like, he's dead. I know that. They let you just know at that moment.
Yeah. He clears out the entire floor. He tells everybody in the surrounding offices that there's a gas leak in the building, so he can have whatever happens to him is on, nobody else will know. And he ends up winning crazy amount of money. His girlfriend's has to hide out with this fucking brilliant man that looks like a mix between Robert Blake and Don Imus.
I thought he looked to me like a shrunk down version of Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Like a very miniature version.
I really loved that dynamic of the movie because that just made it even more tense. Like, who is this fucking rich, creepy dude?
Yeah.
Well, he's like, what's going to happen to this girl? And it's like, no, he just ended up being a really cool rich guy who just
Yeah, he was just kind of like
he just ended up helping her out instead of like raping her. Yeah.
No, yeah, he turned out to be really cool and just wanted to have somebody come like watch the game or whatever, and then totally saves her ass.
It was amazing. I loved that.
Yeah,
I was like
it was
worried
great.
for her for a certain amount of time. I was just like, oh God, what's this guy gonna? Is this gonna be a new dynamic to
is this gonna be creepy and gross?
I mean, he's introduced, and there's like 20 minutes left of the movie, so he's got to make a severe left turn to make it be like any more shocking than the movie's been up to this point.
But yeah, that guy was great. That part was wonderful.
Yeah, he's just the tannest man alive with the worst hair and glasses, and like he's just an amazing looking character. But the main thuggy dude that ends up like, so Sandler wins, and then he's like, all right, I can pay you guys, everything's over. He opens the fucking door, and then like big dude comes out and like doesn't even think twice about it, pulls his gun out and fucking just shoots him right in the face.
Yep.
And it's fucking crazy. Like it's a moment that like I can always see that in my head. Like if I'm thinking about this movie, that's the first thing that I think about is just him, because the quickness of the sequence, it all happens within 10 seconds. Probably.
Oh yeah. It's really right away. No, but I mean that's how it had to end though. Like that's how the movie has to end. That's how I don't know. It made
but I don't agree with the next thing that happens where his brother starts freaking out and he's like, "What the fuck did you do?" and actually starts getting angry at his thuggy dudes, and then they fucking murder him too.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't
all the jewelry in the store.
Yeah, no, that you know, I don't think
that's the thing though. Is with
you didn't like that.
Well, no, with jewelry, dude. Like, if you're not a it's real easy to find. Like, all of that shit is mob related, or like they will find those people who just robbed that jewelry store and kill the fuck out of. Like, those people have like a week to live at most.
Well, I mean, who takes over the store, though? It's not like he was working. His son's old enough to get the store. His wife fucking hates him, so I guess she'll get ownership from, him being dead and, all his money anyway.
I feel like the ray of hope is that, his girlfriend really did love him, and she'll probably do the right thing with some of the money for, his kids or something. I feel like that...
Yeah.
I feel like they make her a good enough character where she probably... I mean, they don't show it,
Yeah,
obviously.
but they don't even... his kids don't even know about her.
Well, one of them does. Kind of.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what she looks like or what her name is or anything.
I'm just saying she's the good guy who survives at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, aside from cheating with a husband.
They robbed the jewelry store for more money than they would have made on their cut of beating up Adam Sandler until Bogosian got his money. So it works out for them anyway. So they don't even need to track her down and get that money from her. Even though that is another thing to worry about as the movie ends, is are they trying to find her and kill her too?
Yeah, true. But yeah, no, man, that ending, man, it hits pretty hard.
But didn't
right?
They steal
and
all
as the movie bookends
no, but Mike, they stole all the jewelry, right?
Yeah, every single piece of jewelry in the store they took.
Yeah, they are going to be dead in 48 hours.
Yeah.
All
well, see, another thing
are connected.
Yeah.
There are people who there's people who jewelry is a really fucking weird industry, dude.
So did you have some experience with some thuggies in the jewelry world, Chris?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. There were
the Florida
people
Mafia?
all the fucking time.
Is it the Florida Mafia?
No, but that was just for silver, which wasn't the same as like diamonds and stuff, dude. I mean, we've been able to make fake diamonds forever, for 20 years. That shit is all crazy weird, and it's not even like Italian mafia. It's like its own. The jewelry world is its own thing.
Well, have you ever heard about the cornbread mafia in Kentucky?
Yeah. They do
Sounds legit.
funk grass. They do
Sounds
funk grass,
legit.
right?
No, they're like a legitimate like gang of dudes that like run the entire weed industry in Kentucky, and like they've gone through some major shit. I think there might be a documentary or like a book out there on them or something. There's a good story about them out there.
You say
Cornbread Mafia. Yeah.
Nice.
Cornbread Mafia?
It's fucking country as fuck, yeah. Yeah, I have many friends that have run into those guys and their dealings.
Interesting.
I've never heard of this cornbread mafia.
Yeah. So yeah,
I have heard of the Harmony Team.
The movie brilliantly bookends on another hole of Adam Sandler's. It goes into another hole of his as we came out of a hole in the beginning. And that was a good choice, I thought.
A new hole.
Yeah. But you see that the universe lies within the holes of Adam Sandler.
I mean, that's the ultimate thing you take away from the film is we are all Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is us. We are him.
Yeah.
All praise Adam Sandler, right? That's what we're supposed to take away from it, right?
It makes the most sense.
I was actually really...
What an amazing success story Adam Sandler is, you know?
He came up from making prank calls with Judd Apatow as his roommate when he was 18 in New York, and stand up to SNL. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking incredible. He can make like 10 bad movies, and I'll still appreciate him.
I left that tape playing in my tape player when I was a kid, and my dad found it and threw it in the garbage.
Which one?
They're all gonna laugh at you. I think the one with with Kevin Nealon, the farting hypnotist. Was that on that one?
Maybe.
Anyways,
when he had the
was that like the one with Steve Polychronopoulos?
Asshole.
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
No, the Polychronopoulos was on the second album. It's on the second album.
Which one was that?
So the first album was the one Pat's talking about.
I think so.
One Lady Land and Hanukkah Psalm and
I think I had
and Red Hooded Sweatshirt.
I think I had all of them, man.
Yeah,
I used to listen to those a lot, dude.
My favorite, one of my favorite like actual real songs that he did is the one he did about his dad. I don't know if you heard that one. It's his name. It's a really good fucking song.
I know it goes like this. My dad, he's so bad, and he ran on a daddy day, and I take him out to lunch, and I make sure that he don't pay on a daddy day. Yeah, it's a daddy day.
All right, so that's our Father's Day episode. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much to Toft for being our very special guest, and you're more than welcome to come back anytime if you want to choose the movie.
Oh yeah,
and we'd love to have your brother on to talk movie stuff as well.
Well, thanks for having me. I'll contact his agent about getting in touch with you guys. Just consider this a tentative no. But
yeah, sure.
The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast. The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast. The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast. The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast.